Welcome back in, y'all. It is good to see you as always here on this hot, very hot Sunday afternoon here in Dallas, Texas. I live in a small suburb just right on the border of Dallas City. So I live in Dallas County. So um, it's just easier for me to say Dallas, y'all. For those of you that sent me stuff, you know exactly where I live. But, anyways, it's good to see you. Like I said, we're gonna go ahead and give away the tobacco valet that I made last week, and we talked about. I showed it to y'all, and a number of y'all have put your names in the hat for winning that tobacco valet. So we'll get to that. Um, got a few items that I want to talk about. Something I'd like to show you from our fellow leather worker here in Oklahoma. There, Mr. Mark Cox done some wonderful things there. And well, anyways, let's get to it. I am back on the pipe that I just recently made, and I think a couple videos back, I had talked to y'all about it, showed it to you, showed it its progress and what it looked like in the end. And I did ask y'all your opinion on whether or not I should stain it or not. And a number of you came in and said, yes, stain it. A number of you also came in and said, no, leave it alone. Um, so I did choose to go ahead and leave it alone. As you can see here, and what is really interesting is since it was fresh, this is olive wood. Y'all, I need to make a small correction. Last week's video, I had started off talking about my olive wood pipe, and then in the conversation, I started calling it a pear pipe. And I have used pear wood before, pear root wood, but that one was olive. I don't know why my mind switched it up. It did. Anyways, that's the correction. Um, but this one here is olive wood, and I chose not to stain it and let it go. And it is interesting watching it, as one viewer said, patina change color um, every time I smoke it. So the wood will naturally um, age and change color, especially with heat, I'm assuming. And it is interesting to watch it all happen. So it was a nice, clean, fresh look when I first made it. And now it has morphed into this, I'd say, light brown color. And it's really interesting to watch it all happen. So I have had fun smoking this pipe, and then each time watching the color change or patina, as one viewer did put it. Um, and then, of course, the ebonite stem. Um, my impressions on this, like I said, this is the first time I worked with ebonite, and most of the time I work with acrylics. But the ebonite, one thing I do like about it versus vulcanite um, and acrylic or plastic. I haven't worked with plastic. That's what you get on those cobs. But the ebonite, the texture of the ebonite as you are clenching the pipe, it's almost as if you can feel your teeth sink into the material. Almost. Now it's, I don't know if it has any real teeth marks in it yet, and like I said, I don't care if that happens, but I can definitely tell a difference between acrylic and the ebonite. The acrylic's very hard material. The ebonite is seems to slightly, just the slightest noticeable amount. It gives when you clench it, and I kind of like that. I really do. So I may work more in the future with some ebonite um, on other pipes. It's I really like it. I really like it. But I do have a bunch of acrylic that I need to turn up. We're not going to let those go to waste, which I will be talking about an up and coming project here pretty soon. But in the pipe is, I'm, most of the time, I'll tell you that it's Shanae's cake. Today I decided to break out. Every once in a while, I decide to try another Virginia just to keep my palate um, mm, from getting too used to one blend. Like I said, Shanae's cake is my blend. But I decided to go ahead and I had some of the Peter Stockaby's Bullseye Flake. And I went ahead, put some of that in my Valet, got her all done up, and we're sipping on that one today. Let's go ahead. So the Bullseye Flake is basically a Virginia with a bullseye black area in the middle, which I'm told is a black Cavendish. So I do like Cavendish, and they seem to do well together. So far, it's okay. Like I said, I'm trying to expand my palate more um, out of the Perique and Burley's areas. Still not a big fan of the Virginias, but I am trying, y'all. One thing I will say about this Bullseye Flake is it's not super strong. Um, Majority of the Virginias that I have tasted have always been extremely pronounced. It's almost as if the Virginia is a light Virginia. Um, and then, of course, the little bit of black Cavendish they mix into that helps mellow it out even more. Maybe. I don't know, y'all. But it's not bad. Very little tongue bite on this one, which I do definitely appreciate. So we'll continue to enjoy this throughout the rest of this video. Um, but we are going to go ahead and give away that valet today. I've written all the names down. Prior to the valet, I'm going to show you a valet that Mr. Mark Cox is making. And I'm amazed by that. And we're going to show you that one too. But I did have a small little thing I wanted to talk to you about, y'all. It's not a rant. It's just it's an explanation. There you go. There you go. So a number of people have actually asked me, why do you spend your own money and make things and then give them away? Why aren't you selling your products, your things that you make? And sometimes that does happen, but for the majority of the time, at least on this channel, I give my things away because it is a hobby. Now, what are hobbies without a price tag that goes along with the hobby? Um, Number of you may like to fish. Well, when you're fishing, at least the initial, you're gonna have to go buy a pole. You're gonna have to go buy a tackle box with some tackle and things you're gonna need. Maybe you're gonna want a nice little chair. Uh, an ice chest, of course, with some ice cold beers in there or whatever it is you want to drink, and go sit out on the wine. In some places you have to buy a fishing license. Um, and of course, those are initial buys. And once you get past that initial, well, you're just going to go buy your bait, fill up the truck with gasoline, or maybe some of you are very fortunate to have a river that just runs through your property. Either way, there's money involved in every hobby. Maybe you like to golf. All right, let's talk about green fees. Let's talk about buying a bag of clubs. I don't golf, y'all, but I have friends that do. Um, let alone buying drinks and all the things that come along with being out on the golf course. That can get quite expensive just for one day out. I've heard guys spend over $100 by the time they got done. What if you like to ski, snow ski, or water ski? There's all the gear that has to be bought there. There's the gasoline, the pulling of the boat. Or if you're snow skiing, you're going to buy all that gear. You're going to buy your chairlift tickets, for either for the season or for that day. So, if you're into art, you're going to buy all your supplies for art, your canvas, your paints, your pencils, whatever it is that you're doing for artwork. And that can be a whole nother large amount in itself. Woodworking, you know, all your tools and your woodworking. If you're into cars, building cars, classic cars, race cars, things of that need. Maybe you're into building your truck, getting your truck all lifted and set up just right, like we like to do here in the South. Maybe you're into bikes, race bikes, or cruiser bikes, like a Harley or an Indian, you know. But still, you're going to spend money on that, and take it out for the day, even if it's just a full tank of gas. On and on and on. You like to hike, you like to camp, all of the price that's involved with that. Maybe you're just a guy that likes to go to the bar and play some pool. By the time you get a pitcher of beer and um, set up, to play some pool, by the end of the night, you may have spent 50, 60, $70. I don't know, maybe some of you like to drink some mixed drinks and it gets even more expensive. But every hobby comes with a price tag. And so that's the way I look at it with this hobby. I have a lot of hobbies, but this right now, of course, my leather working and messing around with the pipes and everything pipe involved. This seems to be my main hobby right now. My other hobbies include, playing music. I'm a guitar player, and I do have a Harley, so I ride. Um, and I have other hobbies that, let alone taking care of my homestead, and the things I do here. So, but right now, this seems to be my main one. So for me to go and buy $100 worth of leather, maybe to buy some unfinished pipes, maybe to buy the acrylics and the ebonite, all the little silver bands, whatever it takes to do pipe, um, work or making things such as, a tobacco valet and maybe making the pipe wraps and the stuff that I've made in the past. For me to go and spend money on that and then to give it away and to even pay for the shipping to send it to y'all, it's still cheaper than some of y'all's hobbies. I'm sure you can attest to this. Um, I know some people that got some very expensive hobbies. So for me to go and spend some money, now if I buy $100 worth of leather, y'all, I can get a lot of projects out of that side of leather. Um, and for me to spend, so far here in the United States, I've been able to ship things for anywhere from $5 to $10. It all depends on what it is, whether it's a stem or whether it's a leather piece. About $5 to $10. Um, and in shipping overseas, I have shipped to Israel, South Africa. Those are a little more expensive. Those are about $20 to ship those that way. But either way, still all sitting within that price tag that we put on what we call a hobby, whatever that might be for you. So I do appreciate the compliments. I do enjoy what I do. But for me, right now, y'all, I do also enjoy giving them away. Um, when I get done, I enjoy looking at the product that I've made. Um, and then pass it on to somebody who can enjoy it. Now, that's not to say that I haven't had in the past people that would try to take advantage of my kind nature when it comes to these things. And I will spot that person very quickly, and cut them off at the ankles. Um, I've had to do it before. Um, so as long as a person is thankful and is enjoying, uh, what I have done and have given to them, then it makes me happy, y'all. It makes me happy, and to call that a hobby, I'm very proud to do all those things. But that being said, y'all, enough of that. That's just an explanation of why I do what I do. So I do thank y'all for playing along when we give things away. It adds a little bit of fun to the channel. But either way, uh, now I want to show y'all, um, after I did my little presentation of my pipe valet, a tobacco valet, uh, Mr. Mark Cox came in a couple days later, and I guess he was inspired to try some new things. And we're going to show you what Mr. Mark Cox has come up with, and I think it's amazing, personally. And Mr. Mark Cox goes on and says, he says he's made several leather ashtrays with a cork knocker. Cork knocker, I don't know what that means, y'all. But they were riveted together, he said, and he wanted to try something different. And so now what Mr. Mark Cox has done here is he's taken a piece of leather, he put it, basically, I guess, he snuck into the kitchen, grabbed one of his wife's bowls, looks like a glass bowl, and he wets the leather. I mean, he's going to make it extremely wet. And then he's going to sink it down into this bowl, and he probably used his hands and maybe some other tools to form the leather inside of this square-ish bowl. And I never thought of doing that. And that's the wonderful thing about exchanging ideas with people, because you never know what other people have done that you might have never thought of. So definitely in the future, I definitely will try doing something like this. And this is awesome that Mr. Mark Cox has shared that with me and then now with y'all. Goes on to show you here what it's still sitting in the bowl, and I'm sure he probably let it dry that way until the end, when he's got this nice little valet that's been completely formed. Really nice, really nice. Now I'm sure he'll slicker the top edge of that, and maybe he'll stain it or whatever. But still, a very nice piece there from Mr. Mark Cox, as always. But we've also got a couple other people that on the channel that like to do leather work. Mr. Michael Morrison, I know, talks of his work. And there's probably some of y'all out there that dabble and do things too. But we always enjoy seeing things from Mr. Mark Cox here. And once again, Mr. Mark, amazing work there. And I do appreciate you sharing it with me. Now sharing it with the channel, of course. We're going to get on to the last video that I did, y'all. And we're going to briefly go over all the people who put their names in the hat. Now, as we can see, this is the video I did last week on the new Tobacco Valet. Go down and find the comments, and we'll go through the comments. And I've already written them all down, but we'll briefly do this just so we all see it. Mr. Stonehenge Mistrial, I suppose I said that right, basically saying that it was a nice pipe case that I made for Mr. Greg Tunnel. That's great. Mr. Glenn Moon comes in. We've seen his work. He says, awesome shirt. Now, y'all, that FJB shirt that I was wearing last weekend, that means exactly what you think it means. Okay? It doesn't mean fantastic job, Bob. It means something else. And it's exactly what you think it means. And I'm very proud of that shirt and proud to wear it. But Mr. Glenn Moon goes on to say that he would like to also be put in for it. So he is number 1 on the list. Mr. Michael Morrison comes in. He'd like to be on the list also. Mr. John S., he's a previous winner of a rap. He wants to go in there too. Miss Hope Moon, that's Mr. Glenn Moon's wife. She says put her name in the list there too. The Trickster, that's our friend across the pond there in France, the south of France. He says go ahead and put his name in the hat also. Mr. Dennis Albers, longtime friend of the channel here. He says love the shirt also. Thank you, Mr. Albers. And he says he'd also like to be in the hat for the valet. Mr. Youssef Saeed, good friend from South Africa. He's basically telling us everything looks great. He's still waiting for his stem, y'all. That stem is taking a long time to get to South Africa. That's crazy. But that's what you got to do. Mr. Ronnie Adams, he also won a stem from us, and his name is in the hat. Mr. Stephen Roberts, good friend from Canada. His name's in the hat also. St. David Pipes. Okay, so he likes Mr. Greg Tunnel's channel, and Mr. Greg Tunnel sent him over there. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. The South Alabama Piper, y'all, has put his name in the hat there too. Big Freddy says your pipe smoking videos have been helpful. Well, that's good, sir. Red Coat's Return is complimenting the valet. Thank you, sir. Appreciate y'all. He's our friend across the pond there in Europe. And Mr. Signalman Tony Bromere, probably didn't say that right. He's saying great traveling case, talking about Mr. Greg Tunnel's case. Mr. Frank Danone says put his name in the hat. Also, Sonny the Piper comes in. He's got a channel, y'all. If you haven't seen it, check it out. He's talking about Cobb's our king, definitely. And I can definitely agree with him. But he doesn't talk about the valet. Mr. Todd Willis comes in, says put his name in the hat. Mr. Schleppy, kind of a special name here on the channel. He was the very first winner of my very first giveaway. Schleppy13 says put his name in there also. Ooh, and mein Freund, Herr Zabelberg, aus Arizona, ist mein deutsches Freund. It's my friend from Arizona. He also says put his name in there too. Y'all are in Arizona and you need somebody to watch your dog. He runs a canine kennel there. So check him out there if you're in Arizona. Mr. Smarty Bob, he won the best small channel in the YTPC awards here recently. He says also put his name in the hat. Greg Tunnel comes in and laughing at that shirt. Well, good deal, sir. I'm glad you like it. Now, y'all can't see it unless I try and raise this up. But we also have the Welsh Piper. Can't see it down there. He says put his name in the hat also. And then down below that, we have Mr. Ironhead Bill, who just says, nice. Thank you for the comment, sir. So after the Welsh Piper, I decided to go ahead and add in Mr. Dale R. Wade Jr. He decided to email me versus commenting, and he said put his name in the hat also. Let's see if I can find his email just to be fair and show you all that he definitely did do that. Here it is. So Mr. Dale came in and said, gorgeous valet, and yes, I would like to have it. So that is, let me see if I can bring it down. Yeah, there you go. So that's Mr. Dale Wade Jr. Went ahead and emailed me versus um, the commenting. Now, of course, we do know the rules. The rules are basically that you have to comment, but he did email, so I'm gonna let him in there, and I put his name at the very end of the list just to be fair. But I would much rather that y'all comment versus emailing me. If you want to email me and ask me a question or talk about something, that's perfectly fine. But when we're talking about giveaways, to be fair, everybody, we need to go ahead and comment because that's the rules we've made from the beginning. But that means we have, I forgot to number them, y'all, because we get into that number generator. I'm going to need numbers. Let's find out here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 15, and Mr. Dale R. Wade is number 16. So we have 16 of y'all on the list, and we're going to get to that number generator. We'll go ahead and give away. Let's remind ourselves here real quick. That is for the hand-tooled tobacco valet. And now remember the winner, go ahead and email me at your convenience. Give me the address of where you'd like it sent. I don't care where you want it sent. You want it sent to your work, a P.O. box, your house, your grandma's house. That's cool. Wherever you tell me to send it is where I will send it. But all right, so let me go ahead and set up that number generator, and then we'll go ahead and get this valet given away. All right, so we are going to need we need 16 on the nimble generator. So let's go ahead and put 16 on that. Bear with me, y'all, while I get 16 set up on this. So 7. Wait. Yeah, okay, there we go. I got it going on. All right. Been a while since I've given something away. I got to figure out how to do this again. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16 is what I said. Yes, sir. All right, Mr. Glenn Moon being number 1, all the way down to Mr. Dale R. Roberts being number 16. Let's add those segments to the wheel. There we go. So let's make sure we do have, yes, we do have 16. Number 1 is right there. So, got them all written down. Let's go ahead, light up the pipe, and then we'll spin this wheel and get that valet given away. And then I got something else real, I think, kind of special, y'all. It's going to be real fun for one of you viewers and myself. And it's going to be a project that will be spread out possibly over the next couple months. And I think it's going to be really neat. And when I get into the giveaway portion of that, we'll figure it all out. But we're going to talk about that here in just a moment. We're going to spin this wheel. Don't you just love the anticipation moment when people say we're going to get to it, and then you decide to talk about something else before they actually get to it? Yeah, I don't like it either, y'all. So let's spin the wheel, find out who wins here. Okay, y'all see that? That's number 3. Well, how about that? Damn. That would be Mr. John S. Now, Mr. John S., it's been a while since he won, but he won the camouflaged pipe wrap that I gave away. I don't know. It's been a while. And we did say that you had to, drop out for one, and then you can go back in. So he's definitely done that. So Mr. John S. has won this pipe tobacco valet. Thank y'all for playing along with me. It is fun, and I do appreciate y'all. So Mr. John S., go ahead and give me an email. I'll probably still have your address, but either way, give me an email acknowledging that you know you won it. Because sometimes people don't email, and I end up giving them away again. So Mr. John S., give me an email. Let me know that you know that it is coming, and we'll go ahead and get that sent out to you. But either way, in the future here, y'all, we're going to be doing other. I told you we're going to go full circle. We're going to go back to some custom pipe stands, pipe holders. Like these guys right here. But we're going to do some real nice ones, some real custom ones. I may do some more crowns. I don't know. I have another one that's I'm doing a little fooling around with right now. That's kind of neat. But we'll get into that next. We'll probably do that next. But what I want to talk about right now, real briefly, because we're getting close to 30 minutes. And I only say that, y'all, because I know people's attention spans aren't too long. They don't like long videos, so I do worry about the time. But for those of you that stick around till the end, I appreciate y'all. Thanks for sitting and talking with me. I do definitely appreciate that. In the future, especially when the weather gets a little cooler, I plan on going outside and do some stuff maybe around the fire pit. And that might be nice. So hopefully this weather cools down. Probably sometime in September, it'll cool down. Right now, we're still in the triple digits here in Dallas, y'all. Pretty nasty. But um, this next long-term project, we're going to call it a long-term project. Um, I thought of it, and then I got really kind of excited about doing it, y'all. Um, I'm going to, in collaboration with the winner, so you'll know about it and you'll see pieces and parts, but you won't really know because I can't build this next project without. I think it's going to be fun and to do it with the help of the winner, such as the pipe case I just built for Greg Tunnel. It was a collaboration with, of course, his ideas and my two hands. So that can be fun, especially for the person who's going to receive it, because they'll know that they had um, a a voice in the way things were done. So what I want to do is this. I have a number of these unfinished pipes. Now this here is a piece of olive wood. It's an unfinished, bent, whatever. By the time I get done shaping it, it could be a brandy, it could be an apple. Um, who knows? Maybe you decide you want it to be square. I don't know, y'all. That's for you to decide, for the winner to decide. And then, of course, I have a myriad of acrylics that we can go ahead and turn the stem. Then also, since this one's already set up for a VOP or a, a nickel or silver or regular chrome is what they can use too. But like the caps here, they call these a VOP cap. So this one's already set up for that, set up for a cap to go over it, almost like a spigot. Um, and I may do that. I don't know. Because it is set up for a spigot, y'all. Either way, um, and then to sweeten the whole thing, when I get done with the pipe, along with the winner's help, and the winner, of course, will tell me how he wants it shaped, or she. Um, if they want it rusticated, and what do they want with that rustication? Do they want it to be real rough, a fine rustication, a deep rustication? Who knows? Maybe you just want it smooth, along with, do you want it stained? What color do you want it stained? Do you want a dual color? Maybe, like Savinelli paints the rims red. Maybe you decide you want to go brown with a black rim, black with a brown rim. Maybe you want to go purple with a yellow rim. I don't know. That's up for you, and that's the fun part about it. Maybe you want to, match the stem. Maybe we'll be doing a tiger print stem, and you decide you want to do the pipe yellow with a black rim. Who knows? That's still going to be the fun part about it, because the winner will be able to choose all of these options and maybe think of an option that I haven't even thought about. That's the fun part. And then after that, like I said, to sweeten the pot, I will make a special wrap just for this pipe. And of course, it'll have room for tobacco, tamper, and lighter and all the other good stuff. And then go ahead and monogram your name on it, embroider whatever you want on it. Either way, it's going to be a whole situation. The pipe, the stem, the wrap, all done up and then sent to you. I think it is going to be fun. Not only collaborating with the winner, but doing the work and building it up. Like I said, it could take a couple months to do it in between other projects and things that are going on. But at least the winner will know that it will come. I'll say before Christmas. That's the best way to say it. And if you really think about it, y'all, time goes by so quick. We're almost at the end of August here. We'll have September, October, November, December. So, got some time to work on it. But I'm really excited about that, and I think it will be fun. So keep that in your minds. I might also make a fun way in which to win it. I have some ideas in my head. Um, and but either way, tell me what you think. Does that sound like fun? Does that sound like a winner, so to speak? Either way, y'all, thanks for sitting with me. Remember Mr. John S. To email me, and we'll get that pipe valet, tobacco valet out to y'all. And until next week, when we continue to talk about this and many other things, y'all, take care of yourselves. We'll see you.